All right, are we live? I think we might be live. Got a lot to talk about tonight. Hopefully, you guys come through. I'm gonna wait a second, get some things in order before we get started. Make sure the audio is good. Obviously, always try to check the audio. You know how that goes, and make sure we straight on that end. Yeah, the audio is good on Twitch. Let's see. Let me go on this side over here on YouTube, and make sure we have audio over there. All right, yeah, we got audio over there. And I'm gonna go ahead and share this to the masses. Oh wow, Chronos is out already? I didn't know that. I might need to go pick that up. I want that game. I didn't know the new Chronos games was out yet. I literally had no idea. I wasn't paying attention at the actual release date either, so but that is a game I definitely need to pick up. Yeah, definitely need to pick that up as well as Silksong. I want to pick up Silksong as well. So I'm gonna give it about another, probably give it another 5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, and I'm gonna get started. What I do want to talk about real quick though, while I get ready to start the show, um, I do want to change this room around. I plan on changing this room around, probably tonight or tomorrow. I'm definitely going to be doing that, and I need to get that together. So I'm gonna be moving the TV that's over here. I'm gonna be moving it on to the corner, and I got another TV right here that I'm probably going to be. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yet, but I know definitely I'm gonna move that TV over here, and I'm gonna move the CRT that I have over here, move that over there, and I'm gonna move this wire rack, move that out of the way. So that's a lot that I'm gonna do there, and hopefully, get some more space in here. But tonight I want to talk about 2K as a strong arm in EA basketball. EA basketball is no longer a thing, and we're going to talk about that. Also, want to talk about Silksong and their pricing. This is a pretty good game that I saw. I think this game is going to be really nice, and I'm really interested to buy this game. I really want that game, and also I want to talk about 007 First Light, and I want to look over the gameplay and give my reaction to that because I think that game looks pretty solid as well. So I want to get into those things. We're what, 2 minutes in, 3 minutes in. I'm gonna wait about another, what, maybe another minute or so, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into this because this is really interesting on what's going on with EA Sports, 2K Sports, the basketball situation. That's really interesting how that's playing out, and I really want to talk about that because EA had a chance to really make a solid basketball game, and they basically got strong armed and undercut. And now you're not going to be able to have that game, and it's pretty unfortunate when you really think about it. But I get it because 2K. I don't know why I put these on here. Yeah. Man, can I fix that? Oh, that give me a chance to fix that. Let me see if I can fix that. Let me go into my creator dashboard. I want to get rid of that on my uh okay, let's see. Look like I can't stop it. Oh, that sucks. I forgot to cut that off. Ooh, what didn't mean to do that. But that's okay. There gonna be some ads going on the Twitch side of things. I'm gonna cut those off completely. I do have 3 snoozes on here, but that really sucks. I really wanted to get rid of those ads for right now, but that's fine. It's okay. Let me see, ad manager. Let's put that back up here. Yeah, they're gonna be running throughout the stream for the next hour or so. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Good, good, good. Did I cut them off? Okay, so I got one ad that's about to show up and that's going to go off. Okay, that's good to know. I was looking at that and I was like, man, I really want to cut those off for now. Yeah, ad may show up. If not, that's cool either way. So, with that being said, we're gonna I guess we can go ahead and get started, man. Go ahead and get started with the show. That's one more thing I wanted to do. Yeah, okay. That's cool right there. So we're gonna get started with the show. First and foremost, I want to talk about this EA Sports thing. I think this is very interesting to see what's going on here with this EA Sports stuff, and I am definitely uh in the mood to talk about this because EA Sports was going to make a basketball game, and the basketball game was going to be pretty interesting because what EA hasn't dropped the game in what since 2009. The last NBA game was NBA Live 19, and then you turn around and they was going to make a college game in 2028, and that was going to be pretty cool. I was like, yeah, they're going to make this game. It's going to be a game that I'm going to be into, and I want to see what they do because what type of improvements that they've made since NBA Live 19. Well, 2K basically said, forget all that. We're about to come through and make things happen, and we're going to make a college game. So I'm going to put this up on the screen so you guys can see this, and it's crazy what's happened. So basically, EA Sports withdraws college basketball video game proposal. Schools elect to work with 2K. So 2K comes in, strong arms the whole situation, and knocks EA out of the running to make a basketball game. So at the end of June, EA Sports announced that it planned to bring back college basketball and a version of video games, which comes off as success of Return of the College Football game product back in with College Football 25 and 26. However, those plans look changed. Per Matt Brown of Extra Points, EA Sports has rescinded its proposal to create a video game for college hoops that's with enough schools nationally instead of choosing to license themselves with 2K. So basically what happened is they decided not to work with EA. They want to work with 2K, and that's what you have here. So when they said like, yeah, we're good, we're going to work with 2K, and thanks but no thanks. So now the game's going to come out with 2K. It's supposed to come out like in 2027 or something like that. Update, according to a memo obtained by Extra Points, EA Sports has rescinded their college basketball video game licensing proposal as enough schools have elected to go with 2K. Didn't he just say that? Why did they put that twice? I don't know why they put that twice. In his article updated this morning, Brown included that the memo from Sean O'Brien, EA Sports VP of Commercial Partnerships and Licensing, below is the statement. So this is the statement that's actually interesting. This is what I wanted to talk about here. Basically, it said, given that there are some schools choosing to accept 2K Sports proposal for inclusion in NBA 2K, the offer to be included in college basketball video game will unfortunately have to be rescinded. So basically, that right there, this first part right here, it tells you everything you need to know why the whole situation was axed for EA Sports, and I'll talk about that in a second. Everyone at EA Sports is disappointed that we couldn't find any acceptable path forward, but we appreciate your support in trying to bring a standalone basketball game with all men's and women's Division I institutions and student athletes conferences as well as NCAA in a way that fans have told us they want. We really appreciate the support. So basically what happened is EA was going to give you everything. They was going to give you the entire 360 plus teams, but a third of those teams, probably more, which I'll get to that in a second, probably more teams said that they wanted to work with 2K. So this is another thing that I wanted to really get into. Given that there's some schools choosing to accept the 2K Sports proposal for inclusion in NBA 2K, that gives you some insight to let you know that whatever college basketball game that 2K is trying to put out, they're going to implement NBA 2K in it in some form or fashion, which is really interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see how they do that. So the offer to be included in a college basketball game, so that's right there, inclusion to be the offer to be included in a college basketball game will unfortunately will unfortunately have to be rescinded. So 2K came with a proposal basically saying, hey, look, man, we want to add you guys and we want to make a game with the pedigree of NBA 2K, and we're going to merge these things together. And I'm going to tell you how it probably went. It probably went to a point where, like, look, hey, this is what we did with WNBA. We put the WNBA, included that into the NBA 2K game, and that's wildly successful. Maybe we could do the same thing for the college game. Now, this is what I think is going to happen. It's going to be a standalone game, but what I think is going to happen is that college basketball and NBA 2K are going to have some type of inclusion together where the draft classes for each team is going to be, or for each draft class can be implemented into 2K. And that's probably something that they really wanted to do. Now, there's another thing that may not be true about this is the fact that, let's say, for instance, you have the NIL situation. You know, people or players are getting paid for their licenses. Could they be transferred over to NBA 2K after you play a dynasty with that? That could be the gray area that may not be the case, but they said it right here. There's a proposal for inclusion of the NBA 2K game with the college game. So I guess that's what made EA Sports say, hey, we can't deliver on that. We have to rescind it. Now, this is the thing about this as well. I blame EA for this because the reason why I blame EA is because EA should have been making a better basketball game for the past 6 or 7 years. What they did in the last generation, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One generation, was absolutely criminal because they made some piss poor games. To be honest, I think the best one out of the bunch is probably NBA Live 15, but 14, 18, and 19, or I don't even want to talk about NBA Live 16. Those games just was not up to par. So with that being said, you could have a situation where they don't have nothing to offer what 2K is bringing to the table. It's almost like the same thing. Like, let's say if 2K said, hey, we want to make a college football game. Well, what do you have that's going to be as lucrative, or what do you have that's going to be more concrete as far as making money to what EA Sports has in their football game? Now, I know some people may not look at that. They may think about that and be like, oh man, you talking crazy because 2K can make a better football game. And I agree. I think they can. But when you have something that's tried and true as Madden, that's basically printing money, when you have stuff like that and you say, hey, 2K want to make a college football game, this is like the same thing that's going on with this basketball situation. Like, look, even though that 2K came with them and said, hey, look, we can implement some form of college basketball in NBA game. Well, what did the other schools gonna look at EA and be like, well, can you do the same? And the EA is gonna be like, well, honestly, we can't do anything. Our NBA Live game has been gone since 2018, and they were like, well, we can't help you because this could be a situation where 2K is probably offering some type of proposal where some of these players gonna be able to double dip with them possibly even being in the NBA 2K game by some reason. So it's just a lose situation for EA Sports. But like I said, I blame I blame EA Sports because EA just haven't been putting a good game out. Their basketball games has been pretty bad, and it sucks, but this is what happened when you don't produce a proper product. Stuff like this can happen. So I don't know what's going to happen going forward. What I think will happen, and I'm going to tell you what I think that what 2K should do. Not 2K, I'm sorry. I keep getting these two mixed up. What I think EA should do when it comes to actually coming out with a basketball game, and I'm going to show y'all in 1 second. This is what they should do. This is what EA needs to do at this point. Go ahead. If you want to go ahead and make a basketball game, Go make another NBA Street. Make another NBA Street. Because at this point, you're not going to be in the running to make any type of you're not going to be in the running to make any type of sim basketball game at this point, because the NBA Live series is what it is. You try to skirt around that and make a college basketball game because you know this, and this also just shows you that EA knows that they can't compete with 2K. Not in NBA basketball. They can't compete with 2K. So they tried to get a college game instead because the college football game was so successful. And it's a beautiful, strategy when you really think about it. That's what you should do. Find a way to get around your rival or your competition to make money so you won't have to go, because you already tried it. You tried it with NBA Live 14. You saw how that went. 15 and on and on. You saw how those went up into NBA Live 19, and you just couldn't do anything at that point. It just didn't work. So you end up getting rid of the whole series and tried to get a basketball game through college, and 2K came in and strong-armed you. 2K strong-armed you. This is what you need to do. Go ahead and just make another NBA Street. Hell, to be honest, I will say this. I'm gonna be honest. If you make a NBA game like this, it don't even have to. And I know this may not be popular. It don't even have to have it can have generic players. I'm serious, because I want an NBA Street that bad. I want a street ball game that bad. But what I'd rather for you to do is go ahead and use those players, see if you can still get the NBA license, which I think you can. I'm pretty sure you can, and make an NBA Street. Perfect example. You can sell this off to the way to say, like, look, we want to make a Fortnite style basketball game, and it will sell. A Fortnite game, a Fortnite looking basketball game will sell. That's literally what this is. It's like a Fortnite style basketball game. I got NBA Street Volume 2 back there somewhere on Xbox, but I just picked this one up. But EA, do it. Do it. What are you waiting on? Do it. I'm going to make a whole video about talking about this. EA, do this, because 2K is killing you in the basketball realm. Go ahead and make another one of these ASAP. Because it's actually getting sad at this point. And it's getting sad at this point because you guys just don't want to try to even make a game. Just go ahead and make the game. Yeah, I just don't understand. Like, well, I do understand, but you try to do, but this right here will sell. This will sell like crazy if you put this together and make something happen. I promise you this. I will buy this day one if you're willing to put this up, and make this game. I'm willing to buy this easily. But I don't know what's going to happen. I do feel like they tried and 2K came in and just took them out again. It is what it is. So I just feel at the end of the day that 2K, what they're going to do with the basketball game, I think they're going to make an okay college basketball game. I mean, their basketball games aren't that bad. I do like 2K basketball. I think they're really, fun to play. But people are getting kind of stale and getting tired of playing it. And they want something different. They almost had something different, but 2K said no. So it is what it is. Next topic, man. I'm gonna talk about this Silksong game. This is a game that I knew about a little bit, but I didn't really think that these games are. I didn't know, not these games. I'm reading something. I didn't realize that this game was this popular, and people are really going in on this game because of the price tag of this game, which I get it, because it is somewhat cheap. I'm going to buy this game, and I didn't even know about this game until now. I saw some gameplay on it, and I see what's the big deal about this game. It's one of the best indie games that have been, released in a very long time. And before I get to the article, I want to look at the Steam chart of this. Uh, is this Steam charts? Hold on. Hold on. Is this the Steam DB? Nobody use Steam charts anymore. They use Steam DB. Here it is, right here, right at the top. Good look. All right, I want to look at this. I want you guys to see this real quick. Look at this. The game came out. This is like what, 48 hours ago? The game came out a day or so ago. When was it released? Yeah, it released on September. Well, no, it wasn't. Let me see. Yeah, it came out on September 4th. It's been out like a day. And there's already 500,000 people has been playing it. Right now, it's 400,000 people playing it. And all-time peak was 562. And it's not even the weekend yet. The weekend is about to start. And people like me that has never played this game, don't know nothing about it, but I want to try this. I want to buy this game. This could probably get up to maybe 600, 700,000 this weekend. This is insane. So a lot of people are on this game and they're loving it. And I was one of those ones that's like, yeah, I want to try this because I thought it was pretty cool. But now indie developers are worried about the pricing. And I understand why, but they're worried about the pricing. Indie developers are worried about Silksong $20 price tag. Will it make hard? The price tag will make it harder to price their games. I kind of disagree with that, but I also understand what they're trying to say. So, with Hollow Knight Silksong out now, many players are celebrating this unexpectedly low $20 price tag. But some independent developers are pointing out that, great as this may be, it could lead to unreasonable expectations for other indie games that can't afford to sell for that low. I'm gonna be honest with you, that's not tasty. What is it? What these people, their names are? Tasty, Too Tasty. I can't remember their names, but that's not their problem. Team Cherry, where I get Too Tasty from? Team Cherry. That's not their problem. It really isn't. This comes from a number of threads on social media from developers such as Games Unbeatable, Dorfromanic, and others. In one Blue Sky thread, Unbeatable director RJ Lake says that Silksong should cost $40, and I'm not even joking. Well, maybe it should cost $40, but that's not up to you to put a price tag on their games. But Lake isn't upset at Team Cherry for charging $20. That's their prerogative, exactly. But it will have an impact on the gaming audiences, as Lake explains. Millions of people will probably buy Silksong day one, and it was a game that had a very low budget because the budget these days, these devs worked on it without direct pay for however long they wanted to do that. And you know what? That's a beautiful thing. The days of developers and companies that are making games got to have these big behind budgets, and they got to spend all this money for all of that, and then they got to turn around and pass it on to the consumer. And even some cases, or a lot of cases, these big budget titles aren't even worth the money that they're selling it for. This is a really good thing. Could it be higher? Yes, it could be higher for them to sell this game. But is it up to them? Yes, it's totally up to them if they wanted to do that. So, where did it go? Oh, it says it had these devs are independently wealthy, that are independently wealthy budget of effectively $0. Well, that's not their problem that they got it like that. It's not their problem that their budget is low. Matter of fact, that's pretty dope that their budget is low. And a lot of other people, if they're in that position, I commend them. It's not their fault that they got their, I ain't gonna say it like that. It ain't their fault that they got it like that. It is what it is. It's an anomaly. Everybody's not gonna have that, but we're gonna enjoy this because this is pretty dope. They can price how low they want as a result. Their return on investment is infinite no matter what they do. By charging such a low amount, they are causing lizard brain signals to fire off saying this is the kind of game that's worth $20. You should expect this game for $20. Well, it is what it is. See, this is the problem. A lot of these companies, these devs or whatever, they want certain games to be more expensive so they can raise their price on their game, and or they can justify the price of their game. And in some cases, their game is probably not even worth the $20 that Silksong is actually even, selling their game for. But this is like the GTA 6 effect. All of these companies with these piss poor games want GTA to be an $80, $90, $100, $120 game. That's what they want. They want it like that so they can continue to sell their piss poor game at a higher price. And these indie developers want to do the same thing. See, that's the big problem that we have here. No, it's not up to them to make the price for everybody. That's not up to them. If they want to sell their game for $20, that's fine. You need to find a way to sell your game for $20 so you can compete, or try to convince us, the gamer, the consumer, that your game is worth $35. Convince us that your game is worth $40. Don't put it up to them to make them say, hey, your game has to be higher so I can justify my price on my game. No, either make a better game or convince us that your game is worth the price. That's just how it should be. And I don't understand, like I'm not saying that this is simple, but this is something that should be well known if you're in a level of competition. It's like you're telling a company, or you're trying to tell a football team that we need you to be really, really good so the other teams don't show us how bad we really are. No, it doesn't work that way. You need to convince us or show us that you're just as good as the other team. If enough of those lizard brains signal fire, some games with actual budgets to pay people who need to live are going to get priced out of existence unless they can get some kind of organic, that's just like I said, or unless they can get the kind of organic groundswell you can't plan for. You know how you get that organic groundswell? You got to convince people like us. You got to convince people like us that your game is worth it. I tell you, this is what Grand Theft Auto did. You've been around when Grand Theft Auto was on a PlayStation 1 and nobody knew that game was going to be what it is today. But even back then, when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out, they convinced us that Grand Theft Auto 3 was like that game. And they just kept getting better and better and better so you can continue to get convinced that those games were that good. And now the game is so big, it's never going to fail no matter what you put in the game now. The GTA 6 is going to be prosperous regardless, but they had to pay their dues. Even as a low budget game like they did back in the late 90s, you're going to have to do this as an indie developer as well. You're going to have to let people know that your game is worth the price. And that's with any game. That's not just an indie game. The AAA companies are learning this right now. They're going to have to start convincing people that the game is worth the price. They're going to have to. Because a lot of these games that are $70, $80 now, they ain't cutting it. They're not cutting it at all. So it's not Team Cherry's fault. A lot of other indie devs may think Lake might have a point here, but see, these are the devs that think they have a point, obviously, because they're trying to make money. I get it. A lot of devs may think they have a point here, including folks from Deck 13 and Rare Squirrel Games over Twitter, X, Basic Games, the developer of Lone Fungus, Melody of Spores asked the audience how much Lone Fungus should cost, given Silksong price. This is horrible. Why would you do this? Why would you put yourself out there and ask the audience on something like this based on another game's price? This is what they should have done. How much you think that how much you think this game should cost based on what we're doing in this game, not based on what Silksong has done. That's not their problem. This is horrible. Look at it. They hear this right here, and they put it on top of Team Cherry game. This type of stuff make me not want to. This makes me not want to support this type of stuff. Don't go at another company because they're doing their thing and you fail to do yours. So he's saying that, or she's saying that, I originally thought it would be fairly priced at $20, but what should I price it now? It'll be a 10 to 15 hour game, which I think Silksong is an 80-hour game, which, okay, I understand that. But it was made by one person with limited dev time and funds. I can't afford to give it away for free. Well, don't give it away for free. Put it at $20 and convince us why it's $20. Put it at $25 and convince us why it's $25. If your game is good, we're going to buy the game. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. This is horrible. Unfortunately for Basti, the replies are overwhelmingly encouraged to price it at $20 if that's what's required. Dude, charge $20, Ward One fan. Price is not about the game, it's about content. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Price is not about the game, it's about context. They are able to price $20 for a bigger game because they Steam, I guess I said wrong, to receive million times the cost. You're a small company, dude. Charge $20. You deserve that. Whoever wrote this, they can't type. But anyway, charge $20 and make me believe that your game is worth $20 and you have my money. Show some good gameplay. Let us know what you're trying to do with the game. You might want to put it out on X or Blue Sky or wherever you're at. Let us know what you're trying to do. And I think that you'll be fine. One thing about indie developers, what they have to do is just be upfront and honest. This is what they have to do. If they're not upfront and honest, this is the type of stuff you're going to get. This is the type of stuff you're going to happen where people are going to push away from your game. And I'm not talking about being upfront and honest based on this. I'm talking about being upfront and honest of what your game is actually going to deliver. Not being upfront and honest saying like, oh, I don't like what Team Cherry is doing. I don't know what to do with myself. No, bro. Focus on your, or ma'am, focus on your game. That's all you got to do. If you focus on your game and make a good product, I promise you people will buy the game. I promise you. Another person wrote $10 to $20 totally fair in my opinion. Team Cherry could have made Silksong $40 and it still sold hotcakes. The fact that they didn't just mean that they are cool as fuck. Do not hold yourself to standards of giants or else you will have to climb a staircase. That's exactly what I just said in different words, but that's exactly what I mean. Don't hold yourself to other people's standards. Just make your game and convince us that it's worth the price. That's all you got to do. It's ridiculous. You know, this is the type of stuff, like I said, I can't stand this type of stuff because you don't have to do this to yourself. You don't have to do this to yourself. You blow this up a little bit. Is that better? Okay, that's probably a little bit better. Yeah, that's even better. Still, other developers are worried too. In a Eurogame article on this subject, I want to say if I said this right. Dofromatic developer Tucanas co-founder what's up with these names? Z Schaus said that the studio next game Starbirds would have its pricing impacted by Silksong. No, it's not. Just make the game based on what you think it should be. Price the game what you based on think it might be worth. That's all you gotta do. We're trying not to compete too directly with Silksong in both terms of release date and pricing. Okay, release date, I get it. Sometimes these big games come out and they blow up and you don't want to be up under that game, so you might need to remove your release date. That's fine. And this is another thing. If you remove the release date and then you sell your game for the price that you wanted to sell it for, people are going to get away from Silksong at some point, and then they'll come in and play your game. That's the whole purpose of having different release dates. Of course, these are two very different games with potential different player bases, but there's definitely some overlap. That makes things tricky, especially since Starbirds is a joint project between two studios together employing more people than Team Cherry. But that's not Team Cherry's problem. It's not their problem. You make it work. This is what you signed up for when you got on this game. You make this work. This is not hard. If it doesn't work out, it just doesn't. That's just how it is. You know, it just how it is. Regardless, look, I like making content on YouTube, and I would love to be as big as these other, content creators. But the only thing I could do is control what I control. I'm not going to ask them to send people my way so I can get more people watching my stuff. I'm not going to do that. Or I'm not going to ask them to dumb down their stuff or dumb down their quality so mine can look better. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to do me. If you like it, that's awesome. I really appreciate it. If you're here, shout out to the people who are here right now. If you're here, that's cool. If not, I'm going to still be sitting there talking because I love talking. I love running my mouth. So I'm going to be doing this regardless. So if you don't pan out, it is what it is. That people rise up, people fail, people get to a certain level where they maintain. It happens like that all the time. In all aspects of life, when you're trying to work and make something of yourself, you're not going to be able to succeed in everything. And sometimes companies come through and do stuff like this, or competition come in and do stuff like this, and it may undercut you, but that's the price of business, man. That's what happens. Indie game prices have historically been a challenging subject as teams balance needing to ensure that all their members are adequately paid, uncertainty around sales numbers, and the volatility of audiences deciding not to buy smaller games at prices they perceive too high. As the AAA game prices climb, see, people can't type. They got FRO. What's the M? From $60 to $70 to $80. There's been a renewed discussion on where indie should fall. Many can't afford to go below $20, but many will also lose sales if they don't. Listen, once again, put your game at the price you think it's worth it. And if you show us that your game is what it is, people will buy your game if it's a solid product. If it's not a solid product, people are just not going to buy. They're just not. It's just not going to happen. And this is another thing right here. People have less money now and are buying fewer games, says Mike Rose, founder of No More Robots. So you have to set yourself up to hopefully be that one game they buy, and when they do, have money. And if you are at a higher price, it's now actually a bit off-putting. Yes, so what you need to do, if you know that these games that are $60, $70, $80, you need to bring those prices down so you don't be looking like a AAA title game. Even though you're an indie game, you might just want to make your game budget friendly. Everybody's been talking about where the $30 to $20 to $30 price tag is actually viable for an indie game. And if Silksong drops their game at 20, well, it is what it is. Let us know why your game is worth 25. Give me a reason why your game is worth 30. That just by making a game and developing a game, that's just not enough. Anybody could, I ain't gonna say anybody, but any developer could make a game and just put the game out there. But if you wanted to sell, you need to be a salesman as well. You got to sell your product. You can't just say, oh, the standard is 25. So no matter what I do with this game, if I put it at 25, it should be fine. Oh, wait a minute. This game over here is 20. They're undercutting me. No, they're not. If you make a good game, it doesn't matter if your game is $50. People are going to buy it if it's a good game. And this is a thing that people I don't know if people are just, for instance, if they were just blinded or they're just brainwashed by how pricing works in gaming nowadays, because you have these high price games, they think that everything should be rose up to the occasion because one game needs to set the standard for everything else. There's never been a situation where I ever heard something where one game raises the standard for every game. Like one game had to be the tide to raise all boats. It doesn't work like that. You make a good game. If you think your game is worth $45, show me why it's worth $45. Show me why. Because this is ridiculous. Truth Chase, how you doing? I appreciate you commenting. I know this is back on the last subject, but we'll go back and talk about it for a second. VF, you're absolutely right. EA is to blame with the lack of quality and the direction live series needed at the Live 10. I don't hate EA basketball. I hate we don't have an EA basketball game. I also want EA to try another baseball game. That would be really interesting if they did. I agree. So that's the end of that article. But at the end of the day, man, like seriously, these devs need to cut this out. Just make a good game and you got my money. I'm buying Silksong, and I haven't even played Hollow Knight. And the reason why I haven't played Hollow Knight, because I kept putting that off. Now I gotta go back and play both of them. But I'm buying Silksong. I'm definitely gonna buy it. Because I feel at the end of the day, these guys put out a good product. And I'm not buying it because it's $20. I'm buying the game because the game actually looks good. My son saw the game and he thought it was Rayman Legends because of the grassy background and stuff. I don't know if he'll play this game, but I'm going to play it. Matter of fact, I'll probably buy it once I get off this live stream. It's only $20. So I'm definitely going to give them a shot. But any other developer out there, I don't care if you're AAA or if you're AA, you're indie. I mean, you could be making you could make a game for handhelds and phones. If the game is a good game and you convince and show people that your game is good, it doesn't matter what another company does. It never will be the case. It doesn't matter what another company does. Last but not least, we're going to talk about First Light. I want to talk about this because I want to look at this gameplay. I think this gameplay is absolutely amazing. I really like what I saw here. There are some things I'm not going to look at the entire gameplay. There's just some stuff I'm going to skip. I want to get to the action because the action was absolutely amazing. So we're going to get into that, and I'm giving my thoughts and opinions on this. So let me pull this up so you guys can see. Hey, son.
Yeah, can I talk about something for a second?
Hold on, y'all. My son want to talk about something. Hold on.
That's cool.
Hold on, say that again.
There's a Sonic and Knuckles cartridge that's about to come in between Monday and
Friday, right?
And that's really complicated.
How is complicated?
Yeah, and it's for that bad.
Yeah, it's for the Genesis. All right, what my son is talking about, I bought him the Sonic and Knuckles add-on cartridge for the Genesis. Yeah, Sonic and Knuckles add-on cartridge. Let's look and see where is it right now. Let's see where it is. Hold on, y'all. Y'all got to give me 1 second, y'all. Give me a second. Cause my son, he came here talking about Sonic and Knuckles.
I just really love the cartridge because you put 1, 2, 3 in it, but you can't actually put Sonic Hedgehog 1 in it. Because it will just say no way.
All right, there it is right there.
Oh. Hello.
So it's supposed to be here between September 8th and September 12th. Yeah. So hope
it comes on September 8th.
Yeah, they haven't sent it off yet for some reason. I don't know why they haven't sent it off yet. But
yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, they haven't sent it off yet. So when they send it off, I'll let you know. Okay, big man?
Okay.
All right. Okay, big man. All right, let me finish what I'm doing over here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, Last Light. I want to talk about this. I want to show this. And I want to give my thoughts and opinions on this. So, let's look at this. I don't think this is the part I want to get to, though.
What he did in Iceland.
What he did was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. Give me one good reason to put him in the program.
Right, like this is the actual.
I think you just covered them all.
Like this is the actual trailer, but I'm gonna get to the gameplay in a second.
Without a target, let's give him one.
This actually looks pretty solid.
Hi, I'm Hakan Abrak.
Okay, I don't want to talk to you.
How does
Where's the gameplay? This is it right here. Yeah, this is like the gameplay. So this is the part right here I didn't too much care for.
Show me your ID and all's good.
He's trying to get
Go and
in
get my ID
to the
then, if
building.
you want to catch your bellhop. Fair point.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's gonna go around. I saw this gameplay already, so I'm pretty sure everybody has. So he's gonna do this Uncharted thing, because this whole thing is like Uncharted to me. So when I saw this, I was like, "What?" I didn't too much care for that part. Let's see if I can get. Did he climb up there yet? No, he hasn't climbed up there. Yeah, baby. Restricted area. What is he doing hiding in there for? All right, this is why I didn't want to go through this. So he ended up climbing this, very Uncharted-esque. Like when I saw this, I was like, okay, this is really like Uncharted.
I couldn't find a location.
And then the game turns around and be like
Haven't done that since
what's the
final
thing
year.
called? Just Cause after that. But it looks like Hitman.
What? Ken Banks, penetration tester. I need to have a stern word with your manager.
Good to have you on the team.
Okay, let me stop you right there. I have bets to make.
Later.
This guy better be worth it. Don't mind me, ladies.
Good afternoon, sir.
And this looks pretty solid. I will say that. It does look, the frame rate is a little bit off, but it looks pretty solid. And I think that's the only issue that I have with this game. But I'm pretty sure it's in early stages, so I'm not really worried about it too much.
Now, let's see what all the fuss is about. There's Greenway. Hopefully I'm the last thing on his mind. What are you here for?
So this looks good. I like the way this looks. The crowds, all that good stuff. This always been a big thing for the people who made the Hitman and stuff.
I literally have no idea what you just said.
Kingsley alert. Best not get spotted just yet. Need to build a case first.
How much longer if this goes? Okay, so you saw that. And this is the part when he goes into the car.
Looking for these?
Hold on.
Now this part I didn't too much care for. Because the chase scene felt a little slow.
Not now. Eyes on the road.
But I don't expect it to be like a big time racing game, so or the physics of racing to be or driving to be that important in this game.
Got too
But
much of a head start.
it is what it is.
Careful what you wish for.
But it looks okay. How long are they going to be doing this? So it's like another. This is like 3 minutes of driving. Oh my god!
Ambulances, watch it.
All right, let's get
Looks like
away
I've
from
got a
that.
plane
So
to catch.
this is after the driving. Now you got to catch the plane. Now this is where it gets really interesting. I really like what I've seen on this.
You were warned.
I think the gunplay in this game is really good. But this doesn't really come off as like a James Bond to me. Yeah, like I said, it brings the like, it kind of like a Just Cause It feels like Just Cause to me, or Uncharted. What's the other game? Tomb Raider. Kind of gave me those vibes. But the explosions look like something out of Just Cause. Now I like the hand-to-hand combat. It's pretty cool.
Can't stay here.
And he took his gun. That's pretty good. Whoa, that was crazy. Very Nathan Drake-esque. I love the explosions. The explosions look absolutely amazing. I love the fact you threw the weapon at him. That was pretty cool. Nice kick. You know what else is give me a vibe? It kind of give me a vibe of Grand Theft Auto as well. It gives me a Grand Theft Auto vibe as well. Yeah. So it looks like they're trying to be everything to everybody, because they give you a little bit of everything. Boom, come here. Yeah, they running. Oh, nope. This looks really, really neat. And you know, I need to know how much this game is going to be, because I'm not sure. I mean, is this worth $70? Maybe, but this is just a slice of the game, though. You big dummy. Now I do like this part too. They're on top of the plane.
Talk about winging it.
Nope. Goodbye. Goodbye. Get out of here.
Okay. 009. You're next.
Yeah, that was pretty badass. I can't lie.
Snug in the front. Did you kill the transponder? No such thing on the radio stations 24 meters out. No one's tracking us. And the entertainment disappeared. I'm back to the plan B.
Right, what is he doing here? Okay.
Plane's flying dark. It's all up to me. Think. Need a way to force it down. If I could access the flight control system.
So you can get the flight controls over here. You can hack
Let's make
into
some
them.
turbulence.
Okay, that's pretty neat. I remember seeing this. I didn't know what was going on here, but that's pretty neat. Oh, that's really dope how you can bank it left and right. They took out the enemies like that. Pretty neat. Whoa. Nope. Goodbye. Nope. Hey, for him to control that while all this is going on, that's kind of wild. Now this right here, this part reminds me of Uncharted 3. Now you gotta find a parachute. I hope they don't copyright that. And, you know, they like to copyright all kind of stuff in this game. Well, with these videos. Whoa. He got a parachute. Oh, had one. You got to get a parachute for one of them. How you going to do that? It just goes straight to him, huh? Okay, that was pretty cool. I think the gameplay is pretty awesome. I do.
Hey.
Yeah, well, I don't want to hear from you. But yeah, I think the gameplay is pretty awesome. True Straight says looks good. I haven't played 007 since the PS2 days. It gives off a Just Cause vibe. If we get a new 007, Ubisoft need to get themselves together and give us a new Splinter Cell remake. I agree. I think Splinter Cell is well overdue. Absolutely overdue. I also believe that we should. I doubt if we'll get it though. I think we should get another a better Metal Gear Solid, but I think that's gone. That ship is sailed. But definitely we need another Splinter Cell. Now the Splinter Cells, you can still play those on the Xbox Series, and those are actually pretty cool. I got the original Xbox versions that you could play on the Xbox Series. I also got the HD trilogy, the HD trilogy on PS3. That's pretty cool too. But yeah, I think that ship is sailed. But I think this looks good. I think this is a game that I would want to get. Hopefully everything works out by the time it's released. It's supposed to come out in March of 2026. I'm definitely gonna be looking into what they put together as as everything continues to get better and as everything get closer to it, and hopefully it gets better. And I'm really interested in that. But I'm gonna be about a couple more minutes. Anything else anybody wants to talk about real quick, let me know. But before I get out of here, I do want to say that I do plan on going live again tomorrow. I plan on probably playing a little bit of Madden. Then I'm gonna turn around and try to play some more Gears of War. So I may go live twice, depends on how things go throughout the day. Because I'm gonna spend time with my son, do some stuff with my wife, do some family stuff on the weekend. But I do have some time to where that I can get here and go live. Another thing I need to do. Don't do that, son. Just press it down. You don't have to do that. My son playing with my Super Famicom. He is off the chain. That's a Super Famicom. Come here, let me show you. No, come here, let me show you. Yeah. Okay, see this? This is what he's playing with. And what he's doing is he keeps hitting the eject button. So this is a Super Famicom. Okay. See, it says Nintendo Super Famicom.
Oh, so it is.
This is a Super Nintendo still though. But this is just a Japanese version of a Super Nintendo. This is why you have all this Japanese writing on the games. And you see all the Japanese writing on the back?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is
a Famicom makes a Super Nintendo.
Yeah, go bring the Super Nintendo over here. Right there.
Oh. So I get it now.
Now you get it, right? So this is the Super Nintendo.
Okay, so this is actually the real Super Nintendo.
Yeah, this is
just like another copy of it, but it's in the Famicom and it's a Japanese.
Right. This is the American Super Nintendo.
Yeah, so
and this is the Famicom.
Yeah, this almost just
they almost look the same. See? You can put the same controllers in. Look. You can put the same controllers in. It's all the same. It's just a little bit different.
Yo, and it actually also has the lines on the back, but there's more lines.
Right.
So these two are actually not the same.
They're not the same, but they are the same.
Yeah, they are the same, but they're different.
Yeah, just a little different. So what I plan on doing, I plan on moving some stuff around in the room so it may look different in here tomorrow. So I don't know, depends on how I feel tonight. I may start tonight. But definitely going to be moving some stuff around. This is a great question. I've been looking for some racing games for the Series X. Do I have any recommendations? You only have Burnout Paradise. So if you only have Burnout Paradise, I'm gonna pull a few of them up here so I can show you.
Yay. I got it.
Don't do all that. I want you to get carried away. Series X racing game.
Oh, so you're just always back there. Wait, this is actually. Don't tell me. It actually works. No way, bro. Yeah, that actually works.
I think that might be it.
Bro, that actually works. What about the? What about for here? Let's work here, right?
All right, so if you have only Burnout Paradise, there are some games that you would probably like. One game I would recommend, since you do like the Burnout series. If you like the Burnout series, obviously you can't go wrong with this. Forza Horizon 4. Even though that this is kind of messed up, I bought this from a flea market for like $3. Forza Horizon 4. Now I'm a big person. I'm not a big person, but I'm a big fan of rally racing games as well. So you can go in any of these games. Dirt 4, WRC series, gravel, any other game, Need for Speed, which Need for Speed that is, I recommend you get. Since you like the Burnout series, get Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. I have that on the PS4, but
Oh, so if I actually do, he said
where is it?
it flies. He said,
Oh,
oh,
this is another game. And since you like Burnout, this is another game that you could get. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Need for Speed Rivals is another one. Especially if you like the Burnout series, or you have only the Burnout Paradise. Need for Speed Rivals.
no.
The only thing about these games here, the only thing about these WRC games, can't stop making all that noise, boo. Only thing about the WRC games, they are mostly single race games. They just straight racing where you race against the clock. Now the Dirt series do have different. They got different things on there where you don't race against the clock. You know, you have actual races where you race against other people. I forgot I got this Dirt 4 add-on for here. When does this expire? I don't know if I used this yet. It only gives me one extra car. I'm not worrying about that too much. I can care less about the car. But another one, get Grid 2019, or just call it Grid. Grid is another one that you can get. That's another good racing game. I don't have a physical copy of that one, which I need to get, but I do have it on PC. But get Grid 2019. Just type in Grid 2019, and you'll see what I mean. This game right here, I'm gonna show it to you.
It actually roll. That's actually kind of fun.
So this game is another good one that you can get. Now this game has been delisted, so you cannot buy this game digital. This game is not available digital anymore. They delisted this game. You have to buy this game on a physical copy, actual physical copy. But this is another good one if you like, these type of games. Any of the Forzas, 1 through I'm not 1 through 5, but 5, 6, or 7. I don't recommend a new Forza Motorsport. I don't recommend that one. But 5, 6, or 7 is good if you want another good racing game. Any of the kart racers, Sonic Kart Racing, that's a good one. Trying to think. I think I covered pretty much all the racing games that you may like on the Xbox series. Xbox is actually a pretty solid console to have racing games on. And I think that's you know, the ones I just showed are the ones I told you about are actually pretty solid.
And what about this one too?
Yeah, that's on the PS3. That's not on the Xbox, boo.
I do not like it.
You don't like it? I don't recommend the Need for Speed Unbound. Need for Speed Heat is okay. Need for Speed Payback is okay. I don't too much care for Unbound. I didn't like Unbound that much, but I may end up buying it because if it's cheap, I go through the campaign or whatever. But definitely the ones I showed. Any of these, you're good money. Any of these are your good money. You know, so I'm a big fan of the games I showed you. What's going on, Joe Numbers? How you doing, bro? Hopefully everything is good with you. I'm doing good. I just went through a pretty good spiel about everything I talked about. I've been on for about an hour, and I basically jumped on and I talked about 2K beating up on EA basketball. They took the college game from them. Silksong talked about the pricing on that, and some of these developers are out of their mind. And we just looked at 007 First Light. So I pretty much covered everything. And I was getting to the point where if anybody had questions, and Truth Chase asked about some racing games, and I went through some of the racing games for him, I think. And also remember, you have an Xbox Series X, so those you got some Xbox 360 games that you could pick up that are actually backwards compatible. Let me see if I can pull up a couple of them. Okay. Let me see. Whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, hold on. Wait a minute, bro. You might be in. I gotta pull this up, man, because some of these games I forgot that was backwards compatible. You might be in luck, bro. Let's look at this. Let me say. So all what EA's put themselves to not to put in the game on almost a decade. Exactly. I said that earlier. That's exactly what I said earlier. EA has the blame for this because if they were to put out a quality product, 2K wouldn't have been able to strong arm them and have them to back out of the college game. I said that. All right. So, Truth. There's some games on here that I forgot that were backwards compatible. And as soon as I said that, these are some games that you could probably get. Forza Horizon 5, Midnight Club. I don't know if this game is still available to purchase, but if you can buy a physical copy of this, you can play this on your Xbox Series. There's Burnout Paradise you was talking about. Assetto Corsa is a good one. I talked about the Need for Speed series, so those games are okay. Need for Speed Rivals, I talked about that. Sonic. Assetto Corsa is an excellent racing game that you could pick up.
What did you say?
I said Assetto Corsa. Here's some other ones right here. This is the Ultimate Edition. This is a very underrated rally game, but I'm a big rally racing fan. Why is it not showing up? Oh, never mind. This Sebastian Loeb Rally Evo, very underrated game. I bought this for the PS4, and matter of fact, I think I still got it, but I know I got it on PC as well. Excellent racing game. I mean, you could just go down the list. They got some really good stuff here. I just talked about Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, Hot Pursuit Remastered. Do not buy this game. Do not buy this Forza game. Do not. Split Second. I didn't know this was backwards compatible. I got this for the PS3. Pretty solid game. We need San Diego Studios to re-enter basketball. Was it San Diego or was it 989? I thought it was 989 Sports. Did the basketball games. Let's see. Gravel. I just talked about Gravel. This is another good one. I'm glad you said this. It made me want to think about some games I may not have. What is this? Rock and Racing Off-Road Grand Prix? It's a bundle? What game is this?
Is it like?
Oh, it's a top down. Okay, it's a top down race. Okay.
Oh man, I wish it was like.
No, there's a Garfield game. Another kart racer. I got that on PC. I bought that on PC a while back.
What?
This is another pretty much underrated game, Joyride Turbo. They merged. Okay, the only time I remember a basketball game from Sony was always 989 for some reason. Not Cars. Yo, buy this game. Yo, seriously, I highly recommend anybody and everybody to buy this game. Ridge Racer 6 is so good. This is a very good game. I got it back here somewhere. Okay, go over there and see if you see a game on there that says 6 on it. Go over there in the middle. You see it say 6? Put your hand on the middle part. Go over. You see where it says 6? See the number 6 right there? Over a little bit. Go over. See the number 6? Ridge Racer 6.
That's 5, right?
No, go over. Yeah, it's one that say 6 on it. It got a 6 at the bottom. Right there, where your hand? Right there, get that one. Yep, that one right there. Yeah, pass it to me. Pass it. You threw it too short.
I didn't know it's really too short.
No, it's okay. This, I'm telling you, this is a really good game. They got it for $9.99. Buy it digital, I don't care. But I bought this a long time ago, and I'm a big fan of Ridge Racer, especially like Ridge Racer 5 when it was on the PS2. But Ridge Racer 6 and Ridge Racer 7 are so good. But I think Ridge Racer 7 is exclusive to the PS3. So you won't be able to get that on the 360 or the Xbox Series, but 6 is just as good. Buy this game, seriously. I'm gonna go through a few more lists and just see. Red Out 2, this is a good one, but it's not like your standard racing game. It's like a Wipeout. Grid Legends is another good one. I don't know why they're selling this for $59. They're on crack. This game needs to be about $29.99, if that. This is way too high for this game. Dirt 5, Dirt Rally 2. These are good games. Assetto Corsa Competition Zone. I think I said that right. This is another underrated game right here. Baja Edge of Control. But yeah, you got a good list. And I didn't even think about the backwards compatibility part of this. This is another good one. Dangerous Driving is a good one. Yeah, so you're all in. If you want racing games, you got them. You got them. You're good. I think I bought this. Nickelodeon Kart Race. But yeah, I'm going to slide up out of here. I've been here about an hour and 20. Hour and 15 minutes. If you're just getting here, go back and watch the replay. I think you would like what I had to say earlier, hopefully. Hit the like button, please. It helps get this video out to other people so they can watch it and have more people in the chat. I will be back tomorrow. I will be probably streaming twice tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to do some more Madden, and I plan on doing some more Gears of War. And yeah, we're just going to rock like that. So hopefully you guys come through. I really appreciate it. Joe Numbers, thank you. Truth Chase, anybody who's on Twitch. You guys are absolutely awesome. I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys are great. I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to tend to my son for a little bit and probably play a little bit of games with him until about midnight. You got about an hour. We're going to be going to bed in about an hour, okay? All right. Anything else you want to say to everybody before we go?
Yeah.
What you want to tell them?
Daddy is a good YouTuber.
I appreciate it, son. Oh, yeah. Y'all be blessed and we out. All right, y'all. Peace. Boy, you a mess. I love you. You know that, son?